high 70s, low 80% of all agents only do 2 to 3 transactions a year.
Seriously?
Oh yeah. So what you're seeing right now is, I told my team this the other day, is you're going to see a thinning out of real estate agents. Because so even at Brent's Build event in August, Tony Robbins got to speak, and Tony, there are 4,400 of the top real estate agents in EXP. It's the fastest growing company in the world. Fastest growing real estate in the world, like 84,000 agents now. It's insane how fast it's growing. And Tony got up and he goes, those of you guys have been in real estate for the last 2, 3, 4 years, you literally have been shooting fish in a barrel. You can wake up at 10 and go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning. You're going to make $100,000. You don't have to work hard. Now, and Tony said, you're not in a down market, you're in an average market. And he's right. This is an average real estate market. And so what I've been preaching and just really driving into my team is now's the time to build your base.
Yep.
Because you've got all the people that are like, oh, this is work. I don't like work. I have to work to get clients. I've got to work to make $100,000. They don't want to do that. Now's the time. It goes right back to what we talked about at the beginning of the podcast. Now's the time. Add value.
Yep.
Send them birthday cards. Send them handwritten cards. Call them once every 2 to 3 weeks. Hey, Jeff, this is Ken at the Ken Joslin team. Hey, just want to check if you're interested in the next 3 to 6 months on buying or selling any real estate, or if you know anyone, we'd love to be able to serve you and your family.
Yep.
Oh, Ken, man, okay, great, man. Listen, I'll touch base with you in a few weeks. And you got to work.
I call that being pleasantly persistent. I do that every Friday. I have my causes that I'm after, and I'm. Some people say be a pain in the ass, but it's better when you say pleasantly persistent, and that is a success formula right there. It has made me so much money. Because when you are pleasantly persistent, even if I say no to you, it's not no forever, it's no today.
Yeah.
You call me again in 3 weeks, maybe things have changed.
Man.
Call me in 6 months, something changed.
Yeah. My buddy in Arizona is the number one, Michael Donald's the number one, I met him through Bradley. He's the number one door-to-door solar sales guy in the world. The number one. When I heard him get announced at a place we were speaking at, and I went, you're the number one dude in the world? The number one guy in the world. Like, as soon as he got through speaking, I made a beeline. I said, you're the number one guy in the world? He's like, yeah, man, I'm the number one dude in the world. He's got all these door-to-door door knocker man of the year awards, and Maxwell speaking, and Ed Milet and Brad speaking, all these events. And I'm like, dude, I had him on my podcast.
Yeah.
And he said, it blew me away. Well, and I've had a lot of amazing guests on my podcast. But this one line, I was like, he said, Ken, every day before I go knock on doors, I feel like I got to throw up in the bushes. I'm like, what? Dude, you're the number. It's like Michael Jordan saying, I'm scared to take the shot. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, dude, I have to get a few no's before the nervous feeling goes away.
Yeah.
And the problem is we don't like hearing no. We don't like doing the work. And the reality of it is you're putting an offer out there. Just because they say no doesn't mean, number one, they don't like you. Doesn't mean they think less of you, or doesn't mean they're not going to use you in the future. But if you make that about relationship and how can I add value to you, you know what they're going to do? And it's top of mind marketing, especially when it comes to real estate. If you can make that about them and you adding value to them, the next time they come around, they're going to do something. You know what? They're going to use you. Mm-hmm. And I tell my team, now is a time for you to build your base of clientele, because you're going to weed out all these little real estate agents and all the people that are just wanting to do this because it's fun and easy. And, any soccer mom can make, hope I don't offend soccer moms, any soccer mom can go out and make $100,000 a year. Yeah. And it's just not that way anymore. So now you got to put the work in. But when the market rebounds in the next 18 to 24 months, it's cyclical. It's been this way for 40 years, 50 years. Once the market starts to rebound, now you're going to have a pool and a base of clients. It's going to be a lot larger than you had before, and you can make more money than you ever made before.